So there are many signs, as you said, when it comes to suicide. Sometimes can be very subtle. Okay, so we want to also look at sudden changes in behavior and in mood, like withdrawal from friends or activities that they once enjoyed. Sometimes people can sleep too much or too little, changes in appetite, constantly experiencing fatigue, and then it also comes into those little things like now they just start giving away their belongings, or they don't really want to talk about what is happening, but you can see that they are not well. And they also, sometimes when they talk within their language, there is a sense of hopelessness that they talk with, or a sense of feeling like they are a burden. So you pick this up in the little languages, and that is what you have to be cognizant of as people, to look at the signs, because sometimes it's not about what they say, but how they say it, or what they are not actually saying. The style and the attitude. So with the silence, there is also a loss of energy and attitude, mood. Let me not say attitude, but mood changes. And with mood changes, some of the major signs around that could be just a loss of joy or happiness. You can know this person, but then within their mood, you see that this person is more isolating, more withdrawn. Things they would usually laugh at, they don't even find that funny. So just those subtle things also play a big role.
Are the signs different between teenagers, adults, and older people?
I would say yes, because they actually show up differently, and people also display that differently. So for teenagers, when we talk about mood, it will come out through irritability, right? Or sometimes just anger, or sometimes it also comes out in subtle ways like self-harm, slipping in school, grades are falling back, or they are not giving the focus that they used to. Sometimes when they were involved in sport, they just do not want to hear anything about sport, or they don't want to partake. With adults, it also works around withdrawing. They get more silent, especially with things that usually bother them that they would speak about. They just tend to be more silent around that. They withdraw, they isolate, because once again, they don't want to feel like a burden. Within their work, they can be a lot of struggle with work, making small mistakes at work that usually you would see this person wouldn't usually do these mistakes. And then this can then lead to them into coping mechanisms, and these coping mechanisms could sometimes be doing drinking excessively alcohol, or doing drugs, or doing high risk taking activities that in their usual routine would not do. With older people now, these are the much older people, you'll see that they may express a sense of extreme loneliness or neglect, or they speaking, the way they talk would also be a bit different around being tired. They are constantly tired, or they're fatigued, or they do not see the need of life, or what they look at the life they had and the life they currently are, and the burden. So it changes. There's a change in the languaging and how they would then express this, and also in the behavior and the mood that they would then express to their loved ones. So yes.
Now, Leana, I want to know, once you've noticed something is wrong, how do you approach the person without making them feel judged or embarrassed?
So I believe in creating safe spaces. And by creating safe spaces, you need to create a safe space for this person to actually feel open, right? Or to feel that they can trust you. So for me, I would say it starts with a little kindness and a little bit more open. Be calm. Speak gently. Instead of asking, what's wrong with you? Try to rephrase that language of, I've noticed you don't seem like yourself lately. Can I help? And I really care about you. You just change the languaging. And you also have to ask them, do they want to talk about it? And also assure them, within asking them that, do they want to talk about it? It should be about when they are ready to talk about it or express their feelings. And also do not interrogate. You want to listen. You want to show that you care. You want to show empathy. And you want to just be there. Sometimes people, For some people, they can't open up, but they want your presence. So if they can't talk in that moment, just be present there. Show them that you care, that this is not about you wanting to hear everything or being too curious about their life or trying to interrogate everything wrong about it, but that you are there as a support system.
And on the other hand, what phrases or responses should we absolutely avoid?
Dismissive languaging. We should definitely avoid anything that sounds like you are dismissing their feelings, their emotions, or their experiences. And this is anything like, oh no, you are just overreacting, or it's not as bad as you are making it, just be positive, or you know what, other people have it worse. Or a constant phrase that people are constantly hear is you are strong, you'll get over it, or there's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Some people do not see the light at the end of the tunnel. So you also do not want to dismiss their experience, their feelings, and their emotions at that moment. You want to make room for them to express it and to feel heard and to feel validated and to look at, okay, what is it that we can do to support or create a supportive environment. So I would really say avoid dismissive languaging and also comparative languaging. So yeah.
If someone opens up, how do we encourage them to seek professional help without making it sound like we're pushing them away?
Most times, we need, as I'm saying, we need to create safe spaces and supportive environments, right? So rather than saying maybe go where, you look at, okay, thank you for opening up. I'm here for you. You ask them, what is it that they need? How would they want to go about it? You first look at what is their understanding of the help that is available and the support system that they have. And once you have that, you will frame it in a way of, would you want me to walk this journey with you? How I know a counselor. Would you mind if I speak to them on your behalf? Maybe you are not ready to speak, or are you ready to seek professional help? So you do not want to make them feel like they are alone in the journey or isolated. But as much as you're giving the information, you also want them to know that this journey, you are willing to work this journey with them, and you are willing to share the resources or the spaces available with them for them to get the assistance. So you want to frame it in a way that it does not come off like you are handling their situation for them or handing them off to someone else, but that you are actually there as a supporting guide.
And what should we do if the person refuses help or insists that they are fine, but the warning signs are still showing?
So with counseling, you are not supposed to force anyone into counseling or therapy or trying to get assistance. However, as a person, you stay present. You stay with them. You show that you are supporting them. You keep checking in small ways. Sometimes just showing up with love, with care, with support, with empathy. You listen. If their life is in immediate danger, it's important then to reach out to an emergency support line if they are at that brink, and then you disclose it to them that within this setting right now, I need to get intervention because your life at this current moment is in danger. However, when it's in any other situation where you feel like just giving them support while still referring them, you give them the support, you give them the space, you stay present, and you just stay supportive. So, yeah.
And just finally, Leana, for listeners who may be struggling themselves, what is the first small step they can take today towards getting support?
The first step is usually the biggest step, or it might sometimes feel like it's a big step or huge step, but it doesn't have, not but I would say, however, it doesn't have to be. It's as simple as just saying to yourself that you're not okay, and knowing that it's okay not to be okay, and giving yourself that grace. It is also just reaching out to a friend, checking in with a friend, or saying that I'm not okay, and then you write that down. You write down how you feel. You reach out to someone. Sometimes we feel guilty for venting, but it's okay to just vent because it starts with those small little steps. And when you reach out, you call. There are places available that offer free services. You go to them. If you feel within your circle you do not have a supportive circle of friends or family or community, reach out to professionals that can then maybe just listen and guide you. And it feels like a huge step. However, it starts with you just acknowledging that maybe I am not fine, maybe I need help, and just reaching out to someone who is willing to hear you or listen to you.